If you're looking to start a real estate wholesaling business from scratch, or maybe you have an existing business, but you want to hit the reset button because you're doing cold calling or you're doing something that just isn't working, in this video, I'm going to share with you how I would start a wholesaling business from scratch in 2026 if I was starting over. Now, if I was starting from scratch, the criteria is really, really important because we want to make sure that we're starting off on the right foot. Number one is I do not want to be doing any cold calling or any sort of outbound. Why? Because I don't want to be an annoying pest. I want to be a welcome guest. And I want to be able to have sellers that I am reaching out to that have filled out a form online. And when I call them, it's a much easier and much more enjoyable conversation. I also want the business to be 100% virtual. I don't like leaving the house. If anything, I might go to Starbucks. I want to be able to operate the business from my house, from Starbucks, from anywhere in the world. The next thing is I do not want to be closing on properties. I need to make sure that I am spending no money other than the marketing that I'm going to be spending to generate motivated sellers. I'm not putting up any deposits, down payments, nothing out of my pockets except for the marketing. I also want to make 50 to 75K a month by myself, zero staff. I want most of that money in my pocket because, again, the only expense that I have is the marketing. Now, let's talk about the marketing strategy because that's the most important part of this entire thing. How are we going to get the leads? The marketing strategy is all going to be about 100% inbound marketing. Again, no cold calling, no chasing people. We're going to be focusing on one platform only. It's either going to be Facebook ads if you're really tight on the budget, and by tight, I mean $20 a day. But if you can spend a little bit more, I'd go into YouTube ads just because there's not that much competition there. And I think it's prime for you for the taking right now in 2026. And I am going to be targeting wide. I don't have it on the screen here. I'm going to be either doing nationwide or targeting the top 10 to 12 states because I need my cost per lead to be down. And at the same time, I'm doing deals virtually, so it doesn't really matter where those deals are going to be coming from. And I need to make sure that, and again, I'm only selecting one platform to work on. I'm not jumping around. I'm going to pick one and I'm going to master it like the back of my hand because really that's what's going to take for you to be successful with this. By the way, if you want to learn how to run your own Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok ad campaign so that you can have all the motivated sellers you ever want without having to hire an agency or pay expensive pay-per-lead prices, then go ahead and click the link right below here in the description and let's see what we can do to help. In terms of a technology stack, we need to keep expenses as low as possible. So we're going to be using some free tools and the other essential items that we need are going to be kept at a minimal. Now, as a CRM, the tool that we're going to use in order to manage and manage our leads and make sure that nothing slips through the cracks is going to be a free CRM, Trello. I'll show you how you can get a tutorial on how to use Trello in a minute, but that's the main CRM that we're using. We're going to be using our phone in order to make calls right here. My iPhone is going to be the only phone being used. There's no automations. There's no, we're going to have the AI call the seller and text and this and that. No. You're going to pick up the phone and you're going to call these people and you're going to have a conversation with them. That's it. No funny business. The only expenses that we need are a website because we need a landing page to be able to advertise online, especially with YouTube ads. You need one. But with Facebook, you could advertise using their lead forms, but you do want a landing page because sometimes, it's better to have both with Facebook. Sometimes the lead forms may not be working as great for a couple of weeks. And so we transition over to landing page. You want to make sure you have a good domain. So that when we talk to sellers, we tell them, hey, this is Cris from, and you say your domain, they clearly know what you do because of the domain. And at the same time, it builds credibility for you. So we need a website. That's gonna be about $100 a month. And then here's the thing. Some people say, well, Chico, I can get a website done with GoDaddy for $20 a year. It's not gonna convert. You gotta get the right website, the right landing page. You're gonna be spending money on Google or on Facebook. You need to make sure that you get leads. And if you have the wrong landing page, you're not gonna do that. Then I need a Zapier account, which is a tool that allows you to connect a bunch of stuff together when it comes to doing business on the internet. And that's $30 a month. And then the only other tool that we would use is a tool called InvestorBase. You can go to chrischico.com/InvestorBase. There's no H in Cris, so it's CRISCHICO. You can get a free trial and $100 off the first month. Don't get it now if you don't need it because you want to save that. And that's a tool that we're going to use and that we use in order to find buyers. In addition to that, we'll use Facebook Marketplace. Between those two, we'll be able to get buyers no problem. This is how you get access to the video on Trello. You go to YouTube. You're here now. After you watch this video, search Cris Chico CRM. And then that video will pop up. Watch it, and now you'll see how you can get Trello up and running and use that as a CRM. Works great, and it doesn't cost any money. Now, execution and skills. We're only going to be focusing on wholesaling and novations. That's it. No creative financing, no other thing other than this. And the reason for that is because we want to keep things simple. Wholesaling is simple. Novations, because we're targeting wide, and we're going to be getting leads from all across the country in small towns that may not have a good buyer database for flippers. So we're going to have to do novations, which is where we put the property on the market, and then we're able to take that property, put it on the multiple listing service, and sell it to potentially an end buyer who's going to live at the property. We need to also get great at analyzing and underwriting deals. There's no way around it other than you're going to have to watch a bunch of videos, and you're going to have to actually do some work on analyzing deals. And you might put some properties under contract that you end up finding out that they were not great deals, because now you talk to the buyers and the buyers tell you that isn't a deal, buddy. I don't know what you were thinking. It is part of the game. There's no way around it. We use Zillow 100% of the time for analyzing our deals, so you don't need to go out and get any software. Remember, we want to save whatever money we have in our pockets and use it toward spending money on ads. And I'm going to pick a script that I feel comfortable with, a script that fits my personality and the way I like to communicate. And I'm going to know that script like the back of my hand. So when I talk to the seller, I also have great tonality. More important than the words you say is how you say those words. And so you want to make sure that you're really great on the phone, so that when the seller talks to you, they're thinking, wow, this guy's great. Not like they don't think like you just took a 3-day seminar at the hotel for real estate, and they're wondering, this guy doesn't know anything. You may not. Here's the thing. You may not know anything, but you got to sound like you know something. That's a trick. And every time I talk to a seller and I get an objection and I can't handle it, I will write that objection down. I would write out my script for handling it next time, figure it out, find a way to know how to handle that the next time. And then that way you practice that, so that that objection is not going to be a problem for you at the end. And then last but not least is discipline beats everything. It's all about daily reps. You get new leads coming in every day. You call those leads. You are very intentional about getting a hold of these people. Call them, text message, email. For the first 3 days, you do whatever you can to get a hold of them. Every day you're following up on older leads, and you're looking to get deals on the contract at the right price. And that's it. The next thing you got to do is watch that video there that shows you how to find motivated sellers using Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok ads right there.